Today is May the 16th, 2015, and I thought I would show off what's growing in the garden. Probably the first thing you'll notice is a bunch of weeds, but right here I've got some containers with potatoes growing in them. I just wanted to try it and see how they did. And they're not growing in soil, they're growing in some partially composted wood shavings and horse manure. They're the same age, but the ones in the black containers have grown a whole lot faster, a lot bigger than the ones in the blue containers. On the left side here, some candy onions just look pretty rough. On the left hand side, some walking onions. It's about too hot for them now, but we've been eating them pretty good. And some sunflowers that have come up volunteer from seeds last year. Again, lots of weeds here, but this is some romaine lettuce that I expected to have bolted before now, but it hasn't yet, so we're going to keep eating it until it bolts or turns bitter. Cilantro has bolted. Some cabbage. Looks like it's time to cut at least one of those heads, and they're looking kind of wilted. We haven't had any rain in several weeks, so I guess it's probably time to get out here and do a little watering. Broccoli is also kind of wilted, but it's time to cut some. That is just about the flower right there. But there's several that's just plain out time to cut. Down here at the end, I don't remember planting kohlrabi, but that is certainly what that is. But that's what I thought I planted was Brussels sprouts, which that certainly is, but that right there looks like kohlrabi. Can't really tell the rest of it, but anyway. Some kale here at the end. Again, a lot of weeds. Some dino kale. Been eating some of that. It hasn't turned bitter yet. Some potatoes that I needed to have healed a while back. I think I'm going to throw some compost on here if I get time before it rains. It's supposed to rain today, but the sun's still pretty blue, or the sky's still pretty blue. Some garlic here. Doesn't look all that great. It's kind of yellowed. Got a couple or 3, 4 different kind of varieties. It's all kind of yellow and doesn't look all that great. Here at the end of the broccoli, I think I've pointed out a couple times I just can't seem to grow snow peas. This is about all we get every year. Get a few of the plants will actually grow, and we'll get a few peas, and they taste good, but just nothing like what some people can grow. Got some cages put around my tomatoes today, and a little bit of mulch around them. Actually have a few tomatoes I can walk down and show you that are already growing. In fact, right here at the very first plant. I don't know if it'll show up. That first tomato we were just looking at was a some kind of cherry tomato. This is a better boy. Right next to it, another better boy. And right next to that, another better boy. Only one tomato on each. A few blooms. We'll see how they do. It's hot and dry. I didn't realize these tomatoes were on here until today. But the down at the end of this row, these are Opelika tomatoes, and they're like there's one on this plant. I don't see one to the left, but if I look to the right, there's one right there. I can see several more down through there. As long as we're here. Corn right next to us. Corn's not looking all that great this year. I tilled a bunch of wood chips in, and I put a bunch of nitrogen in the soil when I tilled it in. So the corn's looking kind of yellow. If we look over the next row over, those are green beans. They also look kind of yellow. So I don't know if that's too much nitrogen or not enough. If you've got an opinion about that, I would love to hear it. And the pink eye purple hull peas are the next row over from that. And they don't look so yellow, but they look kind of stunted. But I tilled in a bunch of kind of half composted wood chips and the horse manure. Well, in fact, this stuff right here is what I tilled in. A whole bunch of that. And this part of the garden that's got it, stuff doesn't seem to be growing. But I did put a lot of nitrogen, so I don't know if it's too much nitrogen or not enough. But and kind of right next to each other, you'll have something like this corn that's kind of small and looking yellow. And then right next to it, you'll have something like this one that's nice and dark green and bigger. So I don't know. If you got an opinion about what I should do, let me know. So stepping back from the corn, you can see it gets bigger and then smaller and bigger. And here on the other side, a lot of it's pretty small. Back here it looks, you know, a little better. Green beans, like I said, you can see they kind of look sort of yellow and small. Some of that small could be because we haven't had any rain in several weeks. But it may be either too much nitrogen or not enough. I don't know. I'll let you tell me what you think. And then these are pink eye purple hull peas. I've actually watered some stuff here because I started these things. We had months of rain just about every day. And so I started some things that I would normally plant directly in the soil. A couple of sunflowers there, squash, zucchini, some more squash and some more zucchini. Planted these last Saturday and it still hadn't rained, so I've been out a couple times to water them. That's some okra. Here on the other side, this trellis is for cucumbers. There's two different varieties. I can't remember which is which, but one is one, I guess, some kind of pickling cucumber, and the other was just a plain straight 8. Some more sunflowers. I just stuck the sunflowers in wherever ran out of, you know, had a little bit of space left, like there's some over there. Down here is Cantaloupe Watermelon. That's what's in this row. And it's doing okay. I mean, love to see it bigger, but I'm sure it'll get bigger. These are sweet potato vines. A couple more tomatoes kind of out in the middle by themselves. Neighbor brought them by, so I stuck them somewhere. Down here on the right, these are butternut squash. And then these are my tobacco plants. Just to give you an idea of how big that is. Here's my hand. It's kind of dirty, but this row, out here at the end, there's the last part, there's a few sunflowers. From about here to about here is peanuts. Planted, bone dry, it's not going to come up till it rains. From about there to down here is pinto beans. I just planted grocery store pintos. We'll see how they grow. Just the dry beans you would buy at a grocery store. So we'll see if they come up or not. But you can see the little lines where I've planted them. Well, maybe, yeah, you can see lines. You can see where I've planted them. It's just been a week, but no rain, and the dirt is just bone dry. So obviously, nothing going to come up in that until we get some rain on it. And then this row is another row of pink eye purple hull peas. We really, really like those. And then the last row is nothing. The girls have been, I don't have anything to plant there yet, but the girls have been playing in it, you can see. Anyway, that's it for May the 16th. That's kind of what's growing in the garden.